Hello friends. So today I have came up with some simple Tableau interview questions which are being asked currently as a hands-on or as a machine test you can say. These are very simple questions which you can do into 1 to 3 minutes for the interview. So currently I'm in the process of looking for a job change and currently I have applied for some interviews. So apart from the theoretical part and the knowledgeable part which you can explain them, they asked you to perform some machine tests or some simple visualizations you can present them. So this video is related to that. So we will check what are those questions and how I prepare for them, how I solve them, so you can have some idea of these questions as well. So we are into the Tableau and I have connected to our sample supersuite data source. This is the latest file which has the data for Tableau 21 to 24 year. So you can download the new Tableau public version and use this file. So you can now you will be able to save the public dashboards in your desktop as well. This is the latest update. Okay, so now we will move to the our first question. So these are the 7 questions I have came up with today. We will see one by one them. So as you can see, this is my questions here. Question here. So first question is I have to show top five and bottom five customers without using the sets. So as you know that this question is being generally solved by the sets using sets like top five, bottom five, and then combine the sets. But the interviewer asked me to solve it without the sets as well. So for that we have to create a new field using the rank, which is a simple field actually. So in the rank you have to consider first top five ascending, which will give you the bottom five, and then this second part will give you the top five. We can see this in the action as well. If you drag this field here, so now you can see that these. I'll just let me remove the color here. Okay, so now you can see that these are the top five, and if you scroll down, these are the bottom five. Or we can easily sort from here as well. So we will see the top five and bottom five. If I comment this line and hit apply, I'll see only the bottom fives. If I sort this via descending order, then it will gone. Now if I remove this comment line and hit apply, now you can again see the top five and bottom five in a single frame. So you can do this click keep only option and just remove this. And again we will make it colorful. Okay, so now this we have top five and bottom five without using the sets in the single frame in a single sheet basically. Now we will move to our second questions, which is where basically I have to show top 10 customers, then sorry top 20 customers, then 21 to 40 customers, and rest should be included in others. So this is basically not tough but a logical question where you have to create three sets. So I'll show you one by one then. So first we will take customer names. As you can see, I have considered here the this is basically based on the customer IDs. Sorry, customer names. So first I'll take customer name, then I'll create a set of top 20. As you know that we uh, we can create custom sets here. So I'll create a custom set for top 20 based on sales and sum. Click OK. Then I'll create another set for top 40. So this will give me the top 40 customer names. I'll hit OK. Now if I drag this into the view, so you will get a better picture. Now these 40 items are this is my top 40. Then beside that I'll drag my top 20. So these are the top 20 customers, these are the top 40 customers. Now I have to calculate this part. So for that I will create a I have created a combined set. And here if you see, you have to select the top on your left side it is top 40 customer, on right side it is top 20 customers. And here I have to get those names only which are in top 40 but not in top 20, except the share members. Yeah. So this third option we have to take. If I hit OK, I'll put it here. Now you can see these are my top 20 customers. This is my top 21 to 40 customers, and which are not included in those three sets, they are my other customers. So then we have to create a field. So I have named it as a v pie chart field because I'm going to use this in a pie chart. So here you can write a formula like, if top 20 customer top 20 set is true, then it is top 20. Else, if this is our combined set, if that is true, then 21 to 40. Else, if our top 40 customers set is false, then they should be in others. So basically this formula tells us that if our top 20 set is true, then show me the names as top 20 here. If you can see, if it is in this combined set, then show me top 21 to 40. And if it is outside the top 40 set, then they should be in others. Okay, so now we will remove this unwanted set fields here. We don't even need the customer names actually. We will drag sum of sales and then create a pie chart here. Now you can label this like this. Let's make it percent of total. Now you can sort this as you wanted. I like to sort it manually. So first part will be top 20, then second part will be top 21 to 40 customers, and the rest is others. So like this. Okay. So this was our second question. Now we will go to the third question. So the third question is like that. I have to show the bars in color above the average line and the bars who are below the average line in other color. So there are two types of these questions, but I have covered only one here. I am coloring the complete bar here, not the part above the average. So let's see that. So here the formula is very simple. If sum of sales for the particular mark is greater than the average of this window, then it should be in the green color. I mean, it should be in any color, and the rest is the other color. It is a true or false field. So if you check this, if I use the average function here, it will not work. It it gives us the error. I mean, if even if you use the average of sum of sales, it will not work because here the average is calculated based on the each mark for this formula. But if you do it on the window level, it will be calculated as for this window of your marks. So that's how window function works. If if you put that field into the color, then you can adjust the color up from here, true and false. So it's very simple actually. That's, I mean, it's not very complicated formula or something like that. But but most people use average here because in our mind, if you we think like that, if I am selecting average line, then why not to use average here? But that's not the correct way. Now the fourth question was also, it is a very simple question. The interviewer added a few measures here in his Tableau worksheet. So if you see, there is a, I did a small modification here in the dataset. Our default average, if you remember, there is a default discount field. So basically that discount field is not the sum, or it's not the discount amount field, but it should be considered as the discount percentage in our calculations. So I have considered that only, and then I have calculated the we discounted amounts out of this total sales based on this percentages, discount percentages, average discount percentages. So here I don't want to show the grand total of this average discount column because it holds no means. I mean, it's okay if I don't show this average discount, but I only want to show the total discount amount out of the total sales. So that's why we have to hide this part. So now how to hide this? So first so when we drag multiple measures into the view, we get this measure values option here. Then we go to this analysis option, and from the total we can add the total. So it will give us all the totals. After that, right click on the measure for which you have to hide the totals, and go to this total using option and click on this hide. If I select this automatic, it will show me the uh, automatic total of this percentage. So basically this is the average percentage it is showing me. This is the average of these three, but I don't want to consider that. So I'll go to total using automatic and I'll hide this. In this option, if you can see, there are multiple options as well. If I add sum, then it will show me summation of these three. Not the actual sum, but some it calculates a bit differently actually. So either use automatic or we can hide it. We don't want to show this, so we will hide this. So we will move to our next question, which is basically the cohort analysis type question, where user asked, uh, where the interviewer asked me to calculate the first order date and then the second order date, then the last order date. So this is again very simple question. I have taken the customer name into the view, then order date into the view. Then we will check the formulas like how I calculate this. So we all know that first order date is very easy to calculate. Like we have to fix it on customer name and minimum order date. So basically this is the minimum order date for each customer name. So this formula will give us this order date. Like for this customer, 18 February 21 is the minimum date. Here is that. For this customer, 27th July of 21 is minimum date. So here we get that. I dragged it two times actually. Let me show the second order date here. Yeah. So now we have to calculate the second order date. So logic for the second order date is from all these dates, from the all the order dates. Again, we have to calculate the minimum date, which is greater than the first order date. So we will write the similar formula fixed on the customer name, minimum of if order date greater than first order date, then order date. So basically, this formula will give us the dates from 7, 10, 13, 25, 31, like that. You can we can check this actually. Let me see if we can check this here directly. Yeah. So if you can see this, there is null for first date and then this column is giving us second order, starting from the second, and all the dates from that except the first date. So for the first it will be null, then it will give us second date, third, every date. So from this column we have to calculate again the minimum date. So that's why we calculate the minimum date of this formula. Okay. Now the third part is the last order date. So last again is very simple. We just have to calculate the max order date here, and we don't have to consider the any other dates for max order date. Okay. So that's also very easy. So now the interviewer more generally asks this type of questions for the cohort analysis purposes, or for the repeat purchases, or they might ask you how to calculate the distance between first and second order date, or maybe first and last order date, how many days you passed. So these type of questions asked. So for that, I have created this simple cohort analysis. I mean, it is not that much of good purpose, but just to show you the purpose of these date calculations. So here these are the order dates, your complete order dates, and this is your first order date. And if I take customer names based on these two dates, so I'll get a code analysis or repeat purchase, you can say, between for the first year. So I'll explain that what I mean. So if you can see for the 21, you have only one one number here, 605. So that means the in the year, these are 605 customers are acquired, and there is no data for the 21, so that's why there is only one box. So that's our first year of business, so that's why we acquired 605 customers in this. Now out of this 605, 446 customers came back again in 2022. They placed order in 2022, and 113 customers are acquired new in this year 2022. Now out of this 605, again 498 customers ordered in 2023. Out of these new customers acquired in 2022, 99 customers ordered in 2023, and only 53 customers are acquired in 2023. Similarly, out of the 605, 527 customers are acquired in orders repeat ordered in 2024. Out of these 131, 115 customers are ordered in 2024. Out of these 53, 47 customers ordered in 2024, and only 11 customers are acquired in the year of 2024. So basically, this is not a good thing for a business to run in the long term. So to take these kind of decisions or this kind of analysis, you have to perform the cohort analysis or the repeat purchases history, or you can see the repeat orders are not that so great in the 2024 or 23. So that kind of decision making you can do. You can validate these numbers from the total data set as well. If I select only year of order date and count of customer names from the total data set without any filter, so we will get the same numbers, which make this total like 700 here, 700. In other words, out of this 700, 527 are the older customers, which first I acquired in 2021. 115 customers are from 2022. 47 customers are from 23. Only 11 customers are newly acquired. Yes. So that was the purpose for this date calculation. Now after this, we get a question like how to retain the percent of total basically, if we apply the filter on our data set. So if you check this, let me add the total here. Okay, so the total is 100%. If I remove east from this list, so the percentage are now reduced to 70%, and the percentage are not changed. In general, if you directly do this, okay, let me do this. Okay, in the same sheet I can do maybe. So now both are showing the same percent, but if I apply the filter here, see this first part, which are our original sales field, they are adjusted to 100% because these percentage are calculated from out of these three only for these three regions. Similarly, if I remove one more region, so now they are almost 50-60% each other, completing the 100% part. But when we say retain percentages, then this part is not adjusting. These are not the 100% out of these two only, but this is like from the four, considering four regions every time. So how to do that? So let me remove this original sales percent, and you have this the retain percentage field. So now there are two ways to do this: right way and the wrong way. Sometimes people just use the this minimum region kind of formula, like look up minimum region. Even if you use this, it will work, but the drawbacks of that I'll tell you in a minute. First, we will check the correct formula. So if you think logically, so for that you have to divide the sales of this region, west region, from the total sales of or the four regions. Similarly, for east region, you have to divide the sales for east region divided by sales from the total region. So your total sales should be same every time. So that's why we have to use the table scope LOD function here, and it we have to uh, we have to divide sum of sales from this table scope LOD field. This will give you always the same number, which is your total sales from your complete data set, unless you use some context filters or some data source filters. So this is the formula, and we have to use it like that. Now the purpose of using this formula is, even if I remove the region part and I add category, and I want to apply it on the category level now. I don't want to filter my percentage based on the category filter. It will work here as well. It will work here as well. If I want to use subcategory level, showing the subcategory as a filter, and I remove this category part from here. So it will work with this case as well. You see, it will adjust the percentages according to the available data, like that. But if you use the part which I showed you first, the lookup table, so it will give you the the illusion of making that happen, but in the reality it's not. I mean, it's not working like that. I'll show you why. Now, drawback of using this, it will work like that only. Let me add the percentage here. So see, it is not changing here because the lookup formula basically removing the row from your visual only. Lookup minimum reaching zero. So if you don't put anything here, it will show the same data, and it is showing the minimum region, and it is calculate long table across. So it is creating the illusion like I'll just remove this row, but I'll not adjust the data in the background. So it just removed the row for waste. So that's why the percentage are updated visually. But if you check the total, it's 100% still. If you remove the east part, then east is removed from the list. So basically, it removes the row. It removes this row only, not it don't recalculate your data. Second thing is you cannot apply this filter on any other sheet. But if you use this proper method, you can apply this sheet to any other. I mean, throughout your workbook in other dashboards as well. So this is the proper way. Always use go by this way. Not only for this retain percentage part, but for any other part where you have to calculate some data. So don't go on the visual level only. Think like you have to do it on the proper level, on the data level. Okay, that's the extra thing I'm telling. But yeah. Now the next part is I have to show the n top n categories, or you can say top 10 products out of these categories in the tooltip. So how to do that? So we all know, so I have first created a simple pie chart based on the category, and in this I have to show top 5. So let's recreate that. I'll just clear up the sheet. Category sales, and we have to calculate the pie chart. Now we have to show top 10 products. So I'll get products name here. Top 10 or top 5, anything. In the original question, I have taken the top 5 only, but you can take top 10 as well. Now we have to create the top 10, so it's like simple. We just have to create the simple top 10s from here. So until this, you already know that how to do this. Now my, we have to add that sheet into the tooltip. So let's add sheet number 13. I'll make it more width. I'll keep some space there. Yeah. So now you can see you out of this top 10 list, you can see only one for the furniture, only five for this product name, and the rest four for the category. Because this is not calculated for each category, but this is calculated for what we say. It is calculated on the overall level, overall data level. So these are the top 10 products all time. Let me add index here just for the row numbers. Yeah. So now how to show this in this top 10. So it's very simple. You know you can solve this by the context filters when you use the sheet level filters here. Similarly, when we add anything into the tooltip, any other sheet into the tooltip of other sheet, so that time a sheet level filter is created. This tooltip category. This is a tooltip filter which is automatically created. So you just have to add that into the context. You add this into the context. Now it will give me top 10 for every customer, every category. You can validate that as well as you can see here. It is giving the top 5 categories. Yeah. So it is a simple but useful things to get into the interview as well into the real life scenarios when you create an analytical dashboard or something. So these kind of things are quite useful. So that's all for now. There are some another theoretical questions as well which I'll be coming with in the next video. So if you like this video, if you find it useful, please like, share, and subscribe. You can share it on with your friends who are looking for the job, Tableau job. You can ask me question in the comment. Job Tableau interview related, job related